Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ohemaa Bonsu. If you're new here, if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back to watch this video. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to achieve a beautiful wing liner and also how to apply falsies. Okay, so if you're a beginner or if you have problems with your lashes or if you're just trying to figure out how to apply lashes, then keep on watching because I have some really good tips for you. There is also this very annoying piece of glue that's stuck to my lash. I literally just did a look and I came back to film this video and that little piece of glue is stuck there and it's not coming off and it's annoying the bananas out of me. I didn't even notice it until, editing that I saw this. So I'm really sorry about that. I'm sorry. So here are my tips for achieving a beautiful wing liner and also being able to apply your falsies like a pro. First, you need a hand mirror, like my round mirror with the B in it that I usually use in most of my videos. I do it because I can put it up to my face and it gives me more precision on where I'm putting my product. The second tip is, for me, I like using a tweezer to apply my lashes. There are people that like using their fingers to apply it, but I feel like I'm too clumsy to use my fingers to apply my lashes. And if I do it that way, it will literally not go exactly where I need it to go, okay? And thirdly is to not put too much glue on the strip of your lash, because if you put too much glue, it doesn't dry quickly enough. And if it doesn't dry quickly enough, when you put it on your eyes, it won't stick. And when it doesn't stick, it will mess up whatever look you have going on, whether it's a liner look or a non-liner look. If your glue is not dry, it will literally ruin your eye look, okay? The fourth and most important tip is also make sure that your eyelid is powdered, okay? If you didn't do an eyeshadow look, make sure that the powder that you use to set the concealer on your eyes is enough. Make sure you use enough powder that you can tell that your eyelid is dry. So for today's video, we're going to be using the new Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid eyeliner. They sent that to me in PR. This actually has a felt tip. So it's like a hard felt. It's not the soft, wiggly, going everywhere kind of tip, but it's still a felt tip regardless, and it gets dry really quickly. So you have to work fast, or if you're a slow worker, you have to keep dipping back in so you can get enough products on the tip of that brush, okay? So then the first thing that you want to do when you start applying your wing liner is to have your bottom line. If you want your wing liner to look lifted, you have to point your lower line towards the tip of your brow. If you want to have a linear look, you have to point it towards the outside of your brow, if that makes any sense. So you draw your bottom line and then you connect your bottom line to the middle of your eye like I just did. When you're dragging it, take your time and drag it only to the middle part of your eye. If you drag it beyond that, you might make a mistake. So drag it from the tail to the middle of your eye and then fill that back end in. Make sure your line is straight and take your time, okay? It is not a race. And right now my mirror is like directly in my face. If you look at my pupil, that little gold that you see over there, that's my mirror in my face, okay? So after I fill in my tail, I go ahead and connect the tail to my inner eye, okay? And I do that in tiny little steps. So I do like a little bit at a time. So if you're using a liquid liner and you want to intensify it, you have to wait for it to dry and then go back in and add a second or a third coat. So my next tip is to make sure when you're doing your wing liner that your mirror is around where your mouth is That way it forces your eye to look down into the mirror, and when you're looking down into the mirror you can see your eyelid clearly, and that would help you get a really straight liner. Okay. So after I've done my, little tweaks here and there, and I feel like I have the thickness that I like, I go back in with the brush that I used to clean up my brows, and I clean the bottom part of the wing to make sure that it is sharp and straight and beautiful. I don't put extra product on there because my skin is already done, and if I put more products, it will ruin it. Then I go in with a black liner. I'm using the Anastasia liner, and this is the dark side liner. And I usually go ahead and apply a liner on my upper lash line because that makes my lashes appear thicker. And in this look, I'm also doing a black liner on the lower parts of my eyelid. So after everything is done, I go back in for a second coat because I want it to be black and intense. So I go back in a second coat, and you can see that I just fixed a little divot over there. If you're not looking really close into the mirror, you won't see any of the mistakes. And because I'm so close to you, that's why you can see the mistake. But if I was farther away in like a essentially normal YouTube position, you wouldn't be able to see the little grooves and mistakes that I have made. Every time you want to do a second coat, just make sure that your liner is dry before you do it. I'm also going back in, applying some mascara to my lashes because that also helps you to blend your natural lashes in with the falsies. So make sure that you coat your eyelashes really, really well. Personally, I like using a tweezer to apply my lashes. I cannot use my fingers. I have tried it. It's not possible for me to use my fingers. Best form of glue that I have found that works really, really well is the brush on glue. If you use a brush on glue, you can control how much adhesive goes on your strip. If you use the kind that you have to squeeze out, you always end up with too much glue on your strip, and that is not a good look, okay? When I'm applying my lashes, I do the same way that I do my liner. I put my mirror down and I look down at it. I always apply the middle part of the lash first. Once I feel like the middle part is stuck on, I apply the outer parts of the lash. And then I squeeze my natural lash and the falsies together. Okay, after the back part is secured, I go in and grab the inner part, and with the inner part I stick it to the top of the liner that I put down. I don't put it in my inner corner because if you put it in your inner corner, it gets in your eye, it makes your eye water, or it starts making you feel like there's something in your eye, which is not a good look. Okay, so stick it to the top part of your liner. If you have like a really thick graphic liner, then just don't put it up that high. But because this liner was small, I stick it to the top part of it and squeeze both the falsies and my natural lash together. Okay, when you're looking down, it helps you place the lash directly above your natural lashes. You can actually place it to where it's like almost sitting on your natural lashes. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys again. I'm looking down and you can see that it looks like I push down my natural lashes and I push the lashes directly onto my skin, but making sure that it is also almost directly on my natural lash. That gives you a very, very symmetrical, it gives you a very invisible lash line, if that makes any sense. And I always go back in and squeeze my natural lashes and my falsies together, and that makes it almost undetectable. Okay, the point, or the most important point, is to look down when you're applying your falsies. That way it can sit directly above your lash line but not on your lashes. Okay, because if you sit on your lashes and you try to peel it off, it will literally take your lashes with it. So look down and stick it directly over. See, it's like right there. So let me know down below in the comments if you will try it or if you already do this technique. Let me know down below in the comments what you think. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video, which is going to be on Wednesday.